Mosley with the rip. Dean Larry, you got to load that one up. Hey, hey.
Oh, got a little wink action there.
Hey. And set. The Warriors in the state final.
And welcome to Finneytown High School for today's CHL action between the Reading Blue Devils and the Finneytown Wildcats. Hello, I am Bill Bretson. Joining me is Nathaniel Hipsley. Nathaniel, first time we have worked together. So we are looking at two teams from the CHL that have struggled this season. Definitely, both of them have. This Finneytown team, normally this would be a senior night.
Right.
But they have no seniors on the team, so it's a quick senior night for them. And so they have struggled with a very young team, but earlier in the season, they have beat the Reading Blue Devils 48-39.
That's right. Their only win in the CHL this season was over this same Reading squad. But I think tonight, you know, they're probably looking for, first of all, they're looking for their first season sweep since 2011 of Reading. And that'll be on their minds. But also, you're trying to build some momentum going into next season so that these young players can get some wins under their belt, some experience, so that next season they're ready to build on that and move forward as a team.
Well, this Reading team is also, they've got some senior experience here, but they have struggled a bit this year too. And one of the reasons they struggle is about midway through the season, their leading player, Erica Wilkerson, was out for 5 games with an MCL. Her first game out was the game that Finneytown beat Reading. But Erica Wilkerson is back today with the Reading Blue Devils. Let's go with their starting lineups. They are the visiting team. Sydney Mason, her second year. She'll be starting Sierra Watts, a 5'5 senior. Hannah Puckey, a 5'6 senior. Hope Nelson, a 5'8 junior. Erica Wilson is a 5'8 senior. She'll be starting. And Carly Lacknahar, who took over, did a pretty good job when she was out. Carly, a 5'7 senior, will be starting for them. Dave Wolfers is in his 3rd year of coaching at Finneytown. He has been with Finneytown for many, many years. He's been the softball coach here for 9 years. He was the athletic director here for 4 years. So Dave has a very big connection here with Finneytown. He will be starting Asani Denson-Peoples. She is a junior, 2nd in the league in steals in the CHL. Freshman Lyric Williams. Freshman Haley Rogier. Freshman Kendall Harris. And junior Renaya Dennis. So you see a trend right there, Nathaniel. 3 freshmen on their starters here. As we tip it off here, our officials tonight, Jeff Longston, Ben Levine, and Carl Dyer. Reading gets the tip. It's Hannah Puckey. Over to Sierra Watts. It looks like Finneytown has come out in a 2-3 zone to start the game. Reading's trying to figure out how to work around that zone. And so far, they've just been passing the ball back and forth.
Yeah, Reading looking for options here. Hopefully they can break something through in just a moment.
Yeah, they're looking around. Hannah Puckey, and that was knocked away by Denson-Peoples. She is the veteran player out there. She's going to be the one that they're going to look to out there, being a junior on the team.
Oh, absolutely. And I believe she's 4th in the CHL in steals at the moment. Yeah. So look for her to be reaching in and making her mark on the game early.
Well, so far we've played a minute, and not a shot has been taken yet. It's Hope Nelson over in the corner right there. Back to Puckey. Neither one of these teams do score a lot.
Yeah, on the season coming into this game, Reading is averaging 33 points a game and Finneytown 25. So it could be a low-scoring affair and a close one at that. So you're going to want to make the most out of your opportunities and also make your free throws.
And that is Hannah Bucky does make the most of it as she scores the first points of the game. I'm trying to see up here if they're going to count it as a 2 or a 3. They do count it as a 3. So Hannah Bucky starts the game with a 3. And we have an offensive foul coming up on Finneytown.
That's just beautiful on the replay there. Nothing but net from Pucky.
Did not see who the foul was on, but a foul was called on the Wildcats. So Reading back with the ball game with the again with the 3-point lead. There's looking into Erickson. Back out to Lacknahar. Sierra Watts, 10-footer. She got nothing but net. So Watts on the board. She's got 2 points. Reading's up 5-0. And the ball was saved. Shot in and out by Denson Peoples.
Don't let that first missed shot fool you. She's averaging 9 points a game, and she will look to get involved as a pretty high-volume scorer.
And didn't see who the foul. Once again, that was another foul. They're not showing the fouls up here right now, so we'll have to catch up with that, but that's another foul on Finneytown. That's 2 on them. And we then found out it was on Renaya Dennis, her first foul. Thanks to Dean Lowry in our truck. Dean's watching the game. So, Watts off the rim. Rebounded out by Denson Peoples. Denson Peoples goes coast to coast. Does not get it though. Lochner with the rebound. Back to other direction. Hope Nelson comes. And Hope is fouled.
Take a look one more time. You can see just on the very back end of that there. But now here comes the important part of the game. Both teams are shooting under 50% for the free throw line on the season. If one of those teams can rise to the occasion today, they're probably walking out of here with a win.
Hope Nelson averages 41%, and this is the first one. Courtney Ward in the game now for Finneytown, number 44. Ward's second leading scorer, 4.4 a game. Second attempt now by Hope Nelson, the junior. Misses them both. And a scramble underneath. Finneytown. Denson Peoples with the ball, trying to go post to coast, and she travels. I was almost going to say she was fouled, but she traveled right before the shot. So Reading get the ball back.
Well, you wonder, as one of the leading scorers of the team, if she's starting to feel the pressure early. She's gone to the basket 3 times already, trying to get her shots in. Nothing's gone yet. I'm sure some will come out of that, but early on it looks like she's forcing things a little bit.
Well, you mentioned about the team averaging about 24 a game. She averages about half the points, so there's 50% of your production from one player.
Exactly.
Makes it easy on the opposing team. Go ahead. Pucky with the steal, and the foul is going to come up on Haley Rozier. And she just basically telegraphed that pass. Pucky just got right in between, and you can see she fouled on the other end by Rozier. Hannah Pucky, first time at the line. She gets that first basket. Reading 1 for 3 from the line. Pucky is a 48% foul shooter. Hannah's second attempt, in and out. And knocked out of bounds. And is it off a Finneytown player? Yes, it is. Nice job by Carly Lacknahar to knock it off of a player. Finneytown player, Hope Nelson, triggers into Wilkerson. And Wilkerson's fouled. Asani Denson Peoples picks up the foul. That's her first. That puts Erica Wilkerson at the line. Wilkerson misses the first one. 46% foul shooter.
On the other side of things, that's what may give either team hope that they can stay in this thing, is that the other team probably will miss a fair amount of their free throws. So the game's not going to get too quickly out of hand, even though there have already been 6 free throw attempts in this game.
Reading's 1 for 5, and Reading loses the ball out of bounds. They got the offensive rebound on the missed shot, but could not hold on to it. As Finneytown over Denson Peoples again. Denson Peoples tries a three-pointer, misses everything. Pucky with the rebound. Lacknahar over the help Nelson. Erica Wilkerson. Wilkerson turnaround baseline, well short. Courtney Ward with the rebound for the Wildcats. Denson Peoples forces it up. I'm not sure, Nathaniel, if anybody else has taken a shot yet for Finneytown.
Well, that's right. They understand who their best player is, and they're going to look to get her the ball as much as possible. But at the same time, you got to wonder who else is going to rise to the occasion later in this game.
Yeah, exactly. First 2 times these people met, Denson People had 17 points, 8 steals in that game.
That was her third highest scoring total on the season. Her highest was 28, so she's absolutely capable of going off. It's just a matter of if and when.
Hope Nelson picks up the foul, and she comes out of the game right now as we see number 35, Carly Holbert, freshman, come in for the Blue Devils. Also, Brianna Alcorn is in the game for the Wildcats. Long three-point off the rim by Ward.
And that's potentially a shot that you wouldn't like to see if you're the Finneytown coach. Finneytown is shooting 14% from 3 on the season. It's probably better served to get inside and make your move there where you're more efficient.
And we got a travel on Pucky. I believe the last foul was on, I think, Kendall Harris. We have 2 Harris girls, freshmen, Kendall and Kennedy, for Finneytown, and they are identical twins. That would probably drive a defense crazy if they're both in the game at the same time.
Oh, absolutely, especially if their numbers are similar.
Yeah, and their numbers are only one of 33 and 34.
There you go, a little double trouble there.
Oh, tie up right there. They're going to call a possession call, so Finneytown gets it. Courtney Ward triggering the ball in bounds now for the Wildcats. And is broken up by Wilkerson. Oh, Wilkerson, she throws it back to number 35 back there, which is Holbert, and Holbert wasn't expecting that.
Just settling into the game. They'll get their rhythm soon here.
Reading pitching a shutout right now, 6-0, and Wilkerson picks up a foul on the inbounds. You see the foul on the inbounds. It's a shooting foul. Haley Rozier is at the line for the Wildcats. Rozier, a 57% foul shooter. She actually is the best foul shooter in the team. And she's got the first point of the game for the Wildcats. With 1:50 to go, 6-1 in favor of the Blue Devils. Pucky brings the ball over the timeline. Over to Lacknahar. Lacknahar had a 30-point game against Schroeder. earlier in the season, a couple weeks ago. And foul is on Storm Hayden, who's in the game now for Finneytown. Hayden, a freshman. That puts Carly Holbert at the foul line.
Now, Storm, as she's in the game, you'll notice that she doesn't score a lot of points. However, she does grab close to 8 rebounds a game. So she's going to be in there hoping to grab some extra possessions for Finneytown.
54% foul shooter. She gets 1 of 2. Holbert gives a 6-point lead back to the Blue Devils now with a minute and a half to go here in quarter number 1. Shot up and off the backboard by Kendall Harris, freshman. She gets the first basket of the game now for the Wildcats.
Well, that's where spreading the ball out is going to come in handy here. As everyone's keying in on Denson Peoples, there are going to be other teammates that are open, and you have to find those passes, which she did right there.
Whoa. Lacknahar is under the basket, is knocked down. It's going to stay down to Redding's end as Renaya Dennis is back in the ball game, number 55. Watts got it, and they're going to call to 3. Sierra Watts has 5 points now in the game. Watts only average. As we see Denson Peoples coming back into the ball game right now. Girls bowling in the CHL, Deer Park champions. They were the first league champion this season for the winter season. They finished 6-0 in the league. Boys bowling, Deer Park and Taylor are tied at 7-3, but there could be another one into that mix here. As Marymount 6-3, they play Finneytown at Madison Bowl on Monday. If Marymount wins that game, wins that match, got a 3-way tie for a bowling title here for the CHL between Deer Park Taylor and Marymount. So wrestling league championships will be coming up this next Saturday, the 16th, at Wyoming High School. Swimming, of course, is in the sectionals right now. Swimming and diving. Diving's actually in the district already. How the season's rolling along here. Can you believe this? District diving, they're one step away from the state. We're still in early February.
And pretty soon here you'll have the first games of baseball. It's already starting to be spring again, even if the temperatures haven't quite notified us yet.
Especially today. Misses everything. Link can't get the basket up.
She wishes she could have released that about a second sooner.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's interesting because we saw that the other night at CHCA at the end of the third quarter. A Summit player launched one from 60 feet and then it counted. But unfortunately for Aubrey Link, she let it go after the buzzer had sounded. We go to the halftime. It is all tied at 14-all. Nathaniel and I will be back for second half action. Don't go away. Gilbrett's Nathaniel Hipsley back here at Finneytown High School. We got ourselves a tie ball game here at halftime. Let's go over the scoring now for the Reading Blue Devils. Sierra Watts has 5 points, including a three-pointer. Hannah Puckey had a three-pointer to start the game. She has 4 points. Erica Wilkerson has a basket, and Carly Holbert has 3 points. As far as the fouls go, we're a little bit behind there. Holbert has 2. Wilkerson has 2. Lacknahar has 1. Hope Nelson 1. And Sierra Watts with 2. For Finneytown, Asani Denson Peoples, no field goals so far. 3 points right now with 2 fouls. Haley Rozier is leading scorer with 5 points right now. Kendall Harris has a basket. Courtney Ward has 1 foul shot. Rihanna Dennis has 3 points. Rihanna Dennis has a foul. Storm Hayden has 2 fouls. Courtney Ward a foul. Kendall Harris a foul. Haley Rozier a foul. Lyrica Wilson 2 fouls. And Asani Denson People 2 fouls. So they spread the fouls around. You see Sydney Mason, Reading's second-year coach right there. And next to her is Dave Mason. That's her dad. He's the JV coach. Allie Balser also on the bench. There's Allie. Allie and Sydney played basketball together at Little Miami High School and also at Cincinnati Christian University. So she brought her friend on, and it's always good to have Dad in there too. So, but Dad,
absolutely.
But Dad works for daughter, so since he's a JV coach.
Whispering a little bit of side advice there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, he's got a lot of experience too in coaching. So, all right, we got ourselves a good game here. We will not be doing this playback times at the end of this game, at the end of this quarter, but you're going to go to ICRC-TV.com. We stream the games, and you can also see when the playback times are for this game, CHL game. Reading trying to win their first CHL game of the year here in this last regular game of the season for them. They will play Marymount next Saturday in the first round of the tournament. Third time those teams meet.
Almost a nice basket there. That was a good cut there by Lacknahar.
Knocked out of bounds. Hope Nelson into Wilkerson. Sierra Watts, high off the backboard. And there's your tall girl. We talked about Rihanna Dennis. What difference she makes under the basket.
They can get her involved inside, and she's below the basket right now. Could have some impact as the game stretches on. And look,
Yeah,
it's
nice.
Dennis right there blocking. If she can use that height advantage, especially kind of body people around playing defense, that'll start to wear on the Reading players as the game goes on for sure.
Dennis is a junior. Nelson looking into Wilkerson. Wilkerson back out to Lacknahar. Too high off the board, but rebounded by Watts. Reading keeps it alive. Hope Nelson thinks about a 3. Back to Lacknahar. Lacknahar playing out high right now. Lacknahar in the paint. Now kicks it back out. There's Nelson with the 3-pointer. Wilkerson offensive rebound and in. Erica Wilkerson gets her 4th point.
Not to take anything away from Wilkerson, but you feel like for all the activity that Lacknahar has had here, she should be getting some points out of this. She's trying to put up a couple of shots and hasn't quite been able to make anything out of it just yet.
Reading back to the 2-point lead. They had as much as 6 points in the first half, before Finneytown came back and tied it late in the third quarter. Now that is taken away by Wilkerson. Puckey guarded by Denson Peoples. Wilkerson over the Pucky. Pucky throws one up and rebounded by Wilkerson, knocked out of bounds. Was waiting to see if there was a foul call, but it wasn't. Lyric Williams knocks it out of bounds. Hope Nelson triggering in for the Blue Devils. And they're on the inbounds pass. Lacknahar.
There, that mobility's starting to pay off a little bit. She's been making some great cuts so far in this quarter, and it's good to see that pay off for her.
Only basket of the game so far for Lacknahar, but it puts her team up by 4 points. And really a nice job by Hope Nelson on the inbounds pass there.
I think teamwork makes the dream work.
If you don't have that patent, we could use that again. So that's good
I
point.
think they might have already trademarked that out of the movie, but who knows? It might not have done anything with it yet.
Hope Nelson loses it. Denson Peoples picks it up. She's trying to go coast to coast, and she gets the offensive foul. Good job by Hannah Pucky. Big smile on her face here. We saw that earlier in the game where the Reading player did not stay there, but look at Pucky.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that was close, but Pucky had her feet set.
And again, you got Denson Peoples just forcing it a little much. If she slows it down a little bit, she is a skilled player. Let the game come to you a little bit, and opportunities will come.
Dangerous pass from Wilkerson into paint. Wilkerson gets a basket.
This is where you got to be careful if you're Finneytown. You've kept it close thus far. You can't let the lead swell too much here.
Reading 6-0 run here in the third quarter. Rozier trying to stop that run. She does not get the basket. Lacknahar with the rebound out to Wilkerson. Now Pucky brings the ball over the timeline. Oh, there is Wilkerson into Lacknahar, and she is fouled by Dennis. That is her second foul, and that's the first one for Finneytown this half. As we see Storm Hayden back in the ball game replacing Rihanna Dennis. A little frustrated on the bench there. Another inbounds pass.
They should work that the whole rest of the game.
That's Hope Nelson to Lacknahar. That's a nice little combination so far. Reading an 8-point run.
Well, credit to the Reading coach for drawing up something different at halftime. That little inbounds pass seems to be working very well so far here in the second.
Pucky now. Reading working it around. There's Pucky, three-pointer. Misses everything. Offensive rebound by Hope Nelson. No good. Another offensive rebound by Wilkerson off the rim. Storm Hayden finally with the rebound. There's Denson Peoples. Pulls up for about an 8-footer and gets her first basket of the game.
And I think she has to do more of that. Stop driving so far to the rim. You can stop. You've got good range. Just take your shot.
There's Wilkerson with a three-pointer. Saved. I said almost saved by Denson Peoples. But she was out of bounds, so Hope Nelson triggering it in. A little bit too far out for that little under the basket action that she and Lacknahar has had. Wilkerson. There's Hope Nelson into Wilkerson, knocked out of bounds, and it's off of a Reading player. As we see Carly Holbert coming back in the ball game, replacing Hope Nelson. Hope had a sister graduated last year, was a pretty good athlete at Reading, Hannah Nelson. And stolen by Wilkerson.
Left a little too much air on that pass.
Watts trying to look into Lacknahar. Now Watts going to drive baseline. Now she looks into Lacknahar. Got it. And Dave Wolfers is going to call a timeout. Now I believe that's going to be a full timeout for him with 2:14 to go. Lacknahar 6 points in this quarter, all off of nice assists from her other players, 2 of them by Hope Nelson.
She's making a living there under the basket, doing very well. The passes that are getting to her are nicely done, and she's putting them back, racking up the points. She's got herself 6 here in the second half.
24-16, and Blue Devils with their largest lead at 8 points in the game.
I imagine the Finneytown coach is trying to draw up something that will combat some of that, because right now Lacknahar's eating them alive.
You see Carly right there. Looks a little bit winded right now, but she's played quite a bit of the game. And is starting to pay off here in the second half. She had no points the first half. She had 2 foul attempts, but she's had 6 points in this quarter. Pushed the Blue Devils out by 8 points. Interesting. There's Sierra Watts' assist to Lacknahar. The other 2 were, of course, on the inbounds from Hope Nelson. Courtney Ward now with the Rozier. And they're going to call a reach in. Reach in on Sierra Watts, who signals it was her. Remember, you don't probably remember the days where you had to put your hand up, if you had a foul. But
yeah, I wouldn't put my hand up. I'm just telling you right now. I'd just say, play on.
Well, they eventually ended. Oh my gosh, how many years ago? Probably 20 years ago they ended doing that. And we have another foul coming up on the Finneytown. And that's on Denson Peoples.
They kept a pretty clean sheet for the first part of the second half here, but there were quite a few fouls in the first, and I think we're probably going to see a number again here in the second half.
Well, that could be costly for Finneytown. That is Denson Peoples' 4th foul. As Brianna Alcorn, the freshman, comes in to replace her. You don't want 50% of your scoring sitting on your bench.
No, you do not. This is where some of the younger players are going to have to step up, and this is a perfect time for them to learn. Again, you've got a younger team here, so as they're trying to make strides looking towards next season, this is a great time to step up. Get yourself one more win on the season and build some experience for your younger players.
We did not see who the foul was on. Maybe Dean did. But Wilkerson's at the line for Reading and rolls that one off after getting the first one. Wilkerson has 7 points now. There's Ward, coast to coast. And a tie-up. Now they're going to call foul. They call foul on Storm Hayden. Lyrica Williams picked up that previous foul. That was her 3rd, and Storm Hayden now has 3 fouls. So you got a Finneytown team that's got a little bit of foul trouble right now. Hannah Puckey over the Carly Holbert. Wilkerson. Puckey drives and gets a nice little roll there, what you call the shooter's roll. Puckey gets her 6th point.
Good for Puckey there. For Finneytown on the opposite side, Courtney Ward's going to have to step up. She's the 2nd leading scorer on this team. And I'd like to see some feeds on the inside to Dennis. Get yourself some easy buckets.
Dennis with the ball. Dennis drives in the paint, and she is fouled by Holbert. So there you go. Or 23. Actually, I think they called it on. Wilkerson. That's her 3rd. Misses the first foul shot. gets the second one. She has 4 points. Wilkerson. Now back in the hands of Puckey. Carly Holbert. Sierra Watts, 3-pointer. She got it. That's her second one. She has 8 points.
There was some serious drip on that shot. Very nice.
Baseline shot no good by Harris. Reading with the rebound. Down to 30 seconds go here in quarter number 3. And foul was on.
I believe that was number 32. It's going to be Haley Rogier.
It's her second. Team 6. Battle underneath.
Fighting for it. Going to go back to Reading.
Well, the referees let him play that one out. 10 seconds to go.
Get yourself a good look here before the end of the quarter.
Wilkerson, 3-pointer, in and out.
That was going to be it.
Shot no good. It was all Blue Devils this second quarter as they outscore Finneytown 16-3 to take a 30-17 lead at the end of 3 quarters. Once again, we will be in girls action next Saturday at Lakota East High School, where the Harrison Wildcats taking on the Milford Eagles. Oh yeah, if you want to volunteer, you can see all the information on there right now. You can get a hold of our guy Jason Dudley at jason@ICRC-TV.com, or you can call 772-4272. Come out and volunteer. It's a lot of fun. We have great camera people out here, great people in the truck. Of course, Dean and Josh. Jason do such a great job of getting everybody organized. As I said many, many times before, if we don't have these great volunteers out here, Nathaniel and I are just talking to each other right now. So we're not talking to you. So come on out and volunteer, because it is a lot of fun. Really, trust me. It is. I've been involved with cable TV for many, many years, and I've been involved with the camera. And there you see Nathaniel and I up here in the nest. So up here, we're up so high right now. We got our wings up here. So we got a full view of this nice gym here, Finneytown High School. We do not do a lot of games over here. Reading did use this for a home court for a couple of their games for boys and girls, because Reading right now, of course, everybody knows they have a new school being built out there, and their main court the last couple of years has been Sports Plus out in Evendale. But they're done with sports. Well, they got one more. Boys got one more game there at Sports Plus, and then they're going to be moving into their brand new gym next year, and I know those coaches are happy for that.
Yeah, you won't have to be playing your basketball games right next to the ice rinks over there.
Right next to the little kids' games. They got several basketball courts there at Sports Plus. A big facility, but not the greatest facility to do high school basketball.
As we start up the fourth quarter here, it's interesting to note in a single quarter, Reading put up 16 points and outscored their entire total from the first half. Offensive explosion there for the Blue Devils.
Well, it kind of similar to what they did the first time around when these two teams played. Reading came back the second half. They scored 16 in the third quarter the first time they played, but they were behind in that game. This time they have a 13-point lead. Wilkerson, nice shot from Hannah Puckey. Erica Wilkerson now, she's up to 9 points, right about her average. Ward off the backboard with the 3-pointer.
It's about as good as a response as you can hope for.
Did she call that? Off the backboard, M1. From the top of the key, no good. by Carly Holbert, and Holbert picks up the foul. We'll see the last couple baskets.
First, Wilkerson getting a nice little stop and pop. And then at the other end, Ward with a nice little bank shot there.
And stolen by Wilkerson. Telegraphed that pass, Wilkerson. And they're going to say, I think Courtney Ward fouled her. And it was kind of an inadvertent foul. They kind of tripped up. They called it anyway. That's her second, and that's the team's 7th. So that's going to put Wilkerson at the line. Wilkerson is 1 for 4 tonight and misses the front end. Offensive rebound. Gosh, Natana, how many times have we seen this tonight where teams have got offensive rebounds off of missed foul shots?
Yeah, there's going to be plenty to go around tonight.
Puckey takes about an 8-footer. Nothing but net. Hannah Puckey, she now has 8 points. Back to a 14-point lead now for the Blue Devils.
Puckey had 8 points the last time these two teams met.
Denson Peoples trying to find Harris underneath. Kendall Harris. She's back in the ball game. Oh, almost taken away by Ward. Nice save by Watts. Watts, cross-court pass.
Nearly airmailed that one.
Lacknahar tripped up underneath. And their foul is on they still haven't called it yet. We did not hear who the foul was on, though.
Sure, they'll tell us at some point.
Yeah, well, that's Lacknahar at the line. She got the first one. Crowley 1 for 3 tonight. She has 7 points, all of them in this half. Got them both. One thing about it is Nathaniel Redding shooting foul shots better this half.
And that's what I was talking about at the beginning of the game. It's very important in a game that's going to be close and low scoring to make your free throws. And whoever was going to be able to do that is going to have it.
Yeah, Lyrica Williams gets her first basket. 14-point lead now for the Blue Devils. Hope Nelson, 5 minutes to go here in the game. And stolen by Denson Peoples. Let's see what she does on this one. And off the side of the backboard and picked up and put in by Storm Hayden. And she's fouled.
I don't think Finneytown's ready to give up this game just yet. We're going to make a run at it here at the end.
Hannah Puckey picks up her first foul. It's a 6 for Redding, but it's going to put Storm Hayden at the line. And right now, I think this might be Storm's first attempt at the line this season. Do not have any stats on it. Well, if it is, then she's hitting 100%.
Good for her, highest average on the team.
And Puckey forced out of bounds, but foul coming up. And foul was on Fuller. Brianna Fuller, a freshman, number 23. And Hannah Puckey at the line. Puckey, 1 for 2. Nicely done.
At this stage in the game, if you're Reading, Just minimize the mistakes that you make. Take care of the ball. You're up by 12 now, possibly 13. It is 13. And just don't do the other team any favors. Conversely, Finneytown has to make the most of any little crack in the armor they can find of Reading.
Reading 5 for 7 in foul shooting this half. And they're going back to the foul line again as foul is on number 22, Brianna Alcorn. And that is 10 fouls, so Sierra Watts is going to have 2 attempts now. Watts, her first time at the foul line. And she has not made a foul shot this season until now. She's having a nice game, 9 points. Came in averaging under a point a game, but she has played very well today. She's trying to become the first player to get to double figures here in this game.
Well, when some of these seniors graduate from Reading, there's going to be playing time open, and she's making a case right here for some more minutes.
Yeah, so Sierra is a senior, though, a 5'5" senior, but nevertheless, she has 9 points now, and her team's back to a 14-point lead with 4:24 to go in this game. Finneytown will be playing Purcell Marion in their first game of the tournament. And Watts, for a second, thought she had a foul there, but he said a Finneytown player was on the out-of-bounds line. They play number 1 seed Purcell Marion in their first game. You never know what happens in tournament time. They're going to call it on Rozier. Haley Rozier. And it's going to put Margaret Grant at the line. Now Grant coming in had made her only 2 foul shots of the season. So she goes from 100% to 66%.
Well, in small sample sizes, that'll do that to you.
Let's see if she can get up to 75%.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say. Good for her.
She's got 75. 75% still looks good. 40th point, first point for her. Denson Peoples gets the basket. She's only had 2 baskets and 7 points in this game. And the foul is on Brianna Alcorn. She's playing defense a little bit too close there. And puts Hannah Puckey back on the line. Puckey 3 for 4. So we just might have a march to the foul line the rest of the way out. Well, I tell you what, Reading looked a lot better at the foul line the second half, that's for sure.
Yes, they have. After, what was it, 2 for 10, something close to that in the first half. Coach has got to love seeing some made free throws.
He's got to love that 14-point lead, too. Rozier, long 3-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound by Storm Hayden. In the hands of Denson Peoples, another 8-footer. No good. Scramble rebound, and Puckey. Margaret Grant. Now Wilkerson brings the ball over the timeline. Watts. Denson Peoples almost steals it, but recovered by Grant. Hope Nelson over the Wilkerson. Looks like Sydney Mason's going to be bringing some bench players into the game next time out. Puckey in and out. And it is a possession call. It's going to go to Finneytown. As Reading's bringing in the game. Actually, Naknahar is back in the ball game. And 52. I do not have 52 on my sheet here. Let's see if we can find out. My guess is it might be Myasia Anderson. Also, Bowling is back in a game. Leilani Bowling.
52 in for Reading is Alyssa Sturzman.
Oh, Sturzman. Okay, well, I had two choices there, so you got the right one. Sturzman is.
That's the power of the CHL League website.
Thank you very much. Reading foul. Puts Ward at the line. Ward misses her foul shot. 1 for 3 tonight from the foul line. Well, both teams are over their average in points. If anything else.
Something to hang your hat on, I suppose.
Hope Nelson breaks away and gets the baskets. And for Hope, that's her first point.
A nice little rejection there on the inbounds pass as well.
Denson Peoples. Coming up the floor, Denson Peoples goes right through the Reading defense, but too high off the backboard. And we're going to call it Reading ball. 2:23 to go. They're going to call it on 22 on Malcorn. So we go back down the other end as Reading's down another 2 foul shots coming up here.
Tell you what, if Reading didn't practice their free throws coming into this game, they're certainly getting an opportunity to do so at the line. They've had a number of attempts here.
Amanda Puckey's got quite a few of them herself. Puckey's 5 for 7 from the foul line tonight. And she is the leading scorer in the game.
Give them a chance to bump those season averages up.
She has 13. Puckey has eclipsed her best of the season. Coming into this, possession call. It's going to go to Finneytown. Coming into this game, 8 was her best. So she has eclipsed that by 5 points as of right now, with 2 minutes to go in the game.
It's always nice to close out the season on a high note.
Hope Nelson with the steal. Lacknahar blocked. And scramble underneath. If it's a possession call, it's coming back to Reading now. And Ward's coming out of the ball game. They didn't call foul, did they? Or she's just coming out of the ball game. Okay.
By the reaction of the Reading fans here, you would have thought something like that.
I know. Brianna Fuller back in for Finneytown. They are calling a foul. Or are they? Yeah. Oh, they're calling an intentional foul. And Dave Wolfers is going, wait, what happened here? Oh, Puckey misses that one. Puckey gets that
one. See if we can figure out what happened on the replay here.
6 of 8 in this quarter.
Colin Ward.
Oh, there we go. See where the right arm came around with Hope Nelson right there.
That's a little bit of hand action.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to explain it over here. Carl Dyer is trying to explain it to So it is an intentional foul. Courtney Ward, she takes a seat on the bench now. 1:49 to go. Hope Nelson in the Pucky. And Pucky, here's a surprise. Pucky's back at the line again. So Haley Rozier, I believe that's Haley's 5th.
Well, the fouls are starting to catch up with Finneytown, and that's to be expected.
Savetti back in the ball game for Finneytown. That is her 5th foul. Hannah Pucky. She's making a living at the foul line. Might be getting tired out there right now. In this quarter alone, she's 6 for 9.
So take every opportunity. This is, if it's her highest point total of the season, she'd love to keep adding to it.
Off the rim. And that is Wilkerson with the stick back. Wilkerson now has 11 points. Reading has 48. And Denson Peoples all the way to the basket for her.
At this point, I imagine Reading would want to get to 50. Just to say they did. Their highest total in a win this season is 43.
Well, they eclipsed that with the 48, and 50 looks good. Pucky comes out of the ball game. Nice ball game here for Hannah Pucky, the senior. I'm adding up her points right now. Takes me a while with all these foul shots. She has 14.
If the Blue Devils do get to 50, if I had my druthers, I would say I'd like to see 2 more foul shots out of Pucky so she can get the last 2, get them up to 50. She's done very well this game and deserves every bit of it. Good way to close out your senior season.
Denson Peoples have struggled tonight. She has 9 points. She's 3 for 5 from the foul line. She did not score her first basket until the 3rd quarter. Gets that one. So kind of a quiet 10 points out of Asani Denson Peoples. There's Aubrey Link back in the ball game. Link looking for some help there. She gets it from Sierra Watts. We're approaching 1 minute, and we got over and back on Link. Nice job by Brianna Alcorn for staying with her. Fuller. Niamah El Aman is in the game. She's a sophomore, number 25 for Finneytown. We got 39.8 seconds to go. The Blue Devils are going to win their first CHL game of the season. Link and rolls off. Finneytown with the rebound and the ball. Coming back the other direction comes Alcorn. Here's a long 3-pointer put up by Kennedy Harris, twin sister of Kendall Harris. Both freshmen for Finneytown, 17.7 seconds ago. Lochner in the Link. Scrambling for Erickson. Back to Watts. Less than 10 seconds ago.
I think he'll probably just play a little keep away here and just let the last seconds tick off.
the ball kind of rolls away. That's kind of how the game was tonight, I guess. Here this afternoon, I should say, as the Reading Blue Devils come out. They revenge their first loss to the season to the Finneytown Wildcats, and they win 48-30. So, Nathaniel, some final thoughts on this interesting game here today?
Well, the difference was made at the free throw line, and it was great for Reading to have Wilkerson back in the game. They missed her the first time around. She had a good presence in there, but also credit to Hannah Puckey for making the most of her opportunities at the line and making some good impact shooting from the field as well. Also can't forget Carly Lacknaher in there. Her couple of shots at the beginning of the second half really changed the tide of this game and started to roll it in Reading's way, and the game got away from Finneytown at the end there.
I think Lacknaher could be your momentum changer right there by far. So the Blue Devils go to the 4-18 in season 1 and 13 in the CHL. I'd like to thank Gerald Wormack, the athletic director here at Finneytown High School, for hosting us on this game on this cold Saturday afternoon. For girls, it's tournament time coming up. For boys, one more week of regular season. ICRC will be bringing you a lot of these games. Daniel, it's great working with you today. For Dean Lowry, our main man out in the truck today, woke up early this morning and come out here. You can volunteer and become part of Dean's crew here. This is Bill Brett saying your final score 48-30 in favor of the Blue Devils here from Finneytown High School. Goodbye.